on with the Evening for Champions, Kevin Lowy. Our recipient tonight has been involved in gear sales and concession stands and attending board meetings and being a leader in the community on behalf of us all. So, Kevin, it is my great pleasure, along with the rest of the board, to present you with the Nauset Strong Award.
You got me good on that one. I thank you for the award that no one told me I was getting. So thank you for that a lot. It means a lot. Our son went to Nauset a few years ago, and it's sports has always been my passion. So I appreciate, and I know as a parent, all the parents that are sitting up there. It's great to watch everybody participate, even like when your son's a swimmer and they never hear you. It's just a great thing to be able to, support. What I think is one of the best parts of school is going out and being on a team. So thank you very much.
I'd like to introduce our first team of the evening. Please welcome the wrestling team and head coach, Ryan Komich.
Good evening. As John mentioned, I'm Ryan Komich, head coach of the wrestling team, alongside assistant head coach Chris Gilbaz. This time I'll introduce the team and then kind of recap the season. We'll go from there, keep it short and sweet. So we got Aiden Kinsella, Nico Menazuker, Nick Scola, Gabe Kohilo, Henry Gilderhouse, Aiden Handel, Asa Keen, Ethan Lucy, Tristan Matherly, Spencer Granlin, Luca Pappendorf, Curtis Taylor, Ian Arvidsson, Christian Beer, Josh Devlin, Nora Lucy, and Warren Jackson, or Jackson Warren, sorry. So this season was an interesting one for us. Team-wise, team record doesn't reflect on how great these guys did this season. This is the first season in my 4 years of coaching that we were able to fill all but one weight class, so we weren't going down 36 points going into a match, which was fantastic. A lot of awesome personalities on this team, ranging from one to play Big Iron, the old country song, at our home meet, all the way to not listening to me throwing the same move at every match. So these guys were fantastic to coach. Chris and I really couldn't have asked for a better group of guys. They worked hard every day. They brought it in practice and in the matches. So it's gonna miss most of these guys. It was really fun. So we're gonna move on to the awards. We're gonna start off with the ACL awards. First team, ACL, we have senior captain Christian Beer. Second team ACL, we got Spencer Granlin, also captain. For the ACL Individual Sportsman Award, we have Gabe Kohilo. And we were also voted the ACL Team Sportsman Award, so good job, guys. Now on for the Coaches Award. This year, this individual, not just this year, but over his 4 years, has really busted his butt. He, win, lose, or draw, he's come in willing to learn from his mistakes or what he did right. Puts a lot of effort into practice, really turned into a great leader this year. And there's no other person on this team I'd rather give this award to than senior captain Ian Arvidsson. This year's MVP. This individual, over the last 4 years, has really made strides in his wrestling abilities. He came out this year with confidence every match. Like, he came onto the mat and you just knew that he didn't care who was in front of him. He was going to beat him the same way he beats everyone with the same move over and over again. He's been a true pleasure to coach over my 4 years here. He was a great leader also this year. This year's MVP goes to Captain Christian Beer. Now we're going to present the varsity jackets this year. This year's varsity jackets are going to Ian Arvidsson, Christian Beer, Spencer Granlund, and Ethan Lucy. Just in closing, this is, like I said, just to reiterate, this was an awesome season. This team was really fun to coach. They made it really easy for Chris and I to come to practice every day and spend every Saturday on the road, every hour-and-a-half trip, listening to the same whatever music they listen to and the bars that they bring on the bus. It's truly a pleasure, and we're going to miss all the seniors and all these guys, and I appreciate them letting me help them win every wrestling match they could. Next up, we got Jenny for cheerleading. Thanks, guys.
Lily Anderson, Rihanna Hatch, who cannot be here tonight, Natalie Magliozzi, Kylie Shelley, Carla Street, and Bella Testa. My juniors are manager Ashley Gage, Kylie Lohman, Jada Trainer, and my seniors are Brianna Butler and Jean Street. What a great season we had. After such a successful football season and with many people interested in another season of cheer, we all agreed that it would be a wonderful opportunity to bring back basketball cheerleading. We had a few girls unable to join us this season due to prior commitments, but despite this being a little team in terms of cheer, they are a powerhouse. We had to start from scratch as no one had ever done basketball cheerleading before. There were definitely growing pains, but each challenge this team faced, they met head on. About midway through the season, I started calling them my Fab 10. Having a small team allowed me to really focus on building up each athlete and helping her to push her strengths and also really work on her weaknesses. It allowed this team to be super close. We had very little to no drama, and these girls became a true family. They pushed each other to work harder and dig deeper. Cheerleading is a challenging sport that puts a spotlight on every single person on the team. Every girl here stepped up to meet those challenges and expectations. Fatigue and illness was our biggest issue this year, and these girls pushed themselves even on days that I didn't think they'd have anything left to give. They improved at every single basketball game, and the support and feedback from the fans and the families really made us proud to be Warriors. We had a fantastic time cheering for the boys this season. They played hard and were a class act always. Thank you so much to Coach Johnny and the team. We are so proud of all of your hard work this season and for welcoming us to work beside you. Some of those games were real nail biters, and we'll never forget how hard you guys fought till the very last seconds, always. At competition this year, we had a fantastic season with 2 first-place finishes, a second place, earning a state bid to the Game Day Cheerleading Championships, and attending and finishing 8th out of 12. We were the smallest team to place in the top 10, and we earned high marks on our music portion, stunts, and jumps. And now, for our individual awards. I'd like to start with our Sportsmanship Award. So this is going to Jeannie Street. Sportsmanship is not just about being nice. It's much more than that. It's about realizing that you could not compete without an opponent and that they have the same goals as you. Jeannie led this team as a senior. She came in with the most knowledge about basketball, and she pushed the team, which wasn't much, and pushed the team to learn about the game and when to show support. At competitions, she was the first to jump up and get the most excited for the other teams when they were competing. When they walk off, she'd be the first to run up and congratulate them and tell them how amazing they were. The world needs more people like me. And now for the Coaches Award. Can I have Jada Trainer, please? me how the team was doing, checking on them, and letting us know how much she missed us. 3 weeks into the season, she decided to join us. She was the turning point of the season for us. She brought excitement and passion to the team. She brought laughter, and she brought a no-quit, hard work ethic. I truly believe that Jada is the heart of this team. She has worked hard this year, and I have watched her go from a very timid cheerleader and become a very well-rounded base and flyer. I am so proud of all of you have accomplished, and I can't wait to see more. Finally, I have 2 awards that I just actually found out about today. The Universal Cheerleaders Association, or UCA, is the body that governs game day cheerleading in Massachusetts. This year at States, they decided to begin recognizing individual athletes from all competing teams. They gave 12 awards total this season, and out of 12 teams, I'm very proud to report that 2 cheerleaders from Nauset were selected for these special honors. I would like to bring up Kylie Lohman and recognize her with the UCA Spirit Award. And I would also like to bring up Lily Anderson, who has been recognized for her superior skills in a category that they call Best All Around. And now I would like to present varsity jackets. So can I have Lily Anderson, Rihanna, who cannot be here tonight, Kylie Shelley, Ginny Street, Carla Street, and Jada Trainer. In closing, I am so proud to have been a part of this team in the Nauset family. The support and praise we've received has made us want to keep pushing harder. Despite the season being over, I've already had several girls asking about next football season and what they can be doing in the off-season to prepare and improve. As a coach, you want to instill pride and passion, and I want to thank this team and the last season's team for making me fall in love with cheer all over again. I know that there will be many more great moments in the coming seasons for Nauset cheer. Thank you. Coach Addison Weeks.
I'm Addie Weeks, and this is my assistant coach, Noelle Smith. This is my 2nd season with the Furies, and it's been a pleasure to work with these athletes, not just from Nauset, but Monomoy and Cape Tech as well. This is an extremely hardworking group of student athletes, and I would like to introduce them to you all very quickly. So for seniors, we have Captain Brianna Kender, Molly McKenna, Captain Molly McKenna, Captain Delaney Agnes, juniors, Leanne Kender, Kira Ridley, Jessica Curry, Jody Watola, Tori Howard, Amanda Prue, Connor Boucher, Margaret Dixon, and our 2 junior managers, Juliana Smith and Ashley Rose. Sophomores, Sydney Nickerson, Jazzy Silva, Tess Talumis, and Nicole Awalt. Our freshmen, Charlotte Minganaro, Julia Weiner, Eva Bood, and Shaylin Stedman. Our record from this past season truly doesn't reflect the talent that this team has. For those of you who came to watch us play, you know just how true this is. This season, we significantly closed the scoring gap in a majority of our games and competed at a high level every single shift out on the ice. We have a strong group of returning players, and I am so excited to pick back up and keep going next season. It's true that it always feels like things end once you really start to get the ball rolling. There's a lot of promise with the younger generation of girls coming up in the next several years, which is extremely encouraging not just for our program, but for girls ice hockey as a growing sport here on the Cape. A major highlight for us this season was winning back-to-back games, first against Martha's Vineyard, and then beating Marshfield's elite rival. This was the program's first ever set of back-to-back wins, and we're obviously hoping to see a lot more of that in the future seasons to come. And now for our awards. I would like to announce our first team All-League player, Molly McKenna. Molly is a 4-year varsity player and a senior at Monomoy. Molly saw 2,579 shots during her 4-year varsity high school career. And if my math is correct, she has about a 90% save average. Molly is also receiving the MVP award tonight for obvious reasons, as I just shared those impressive stats. Molly has been a rock for this program and will be greatly missed in the years to come. Congratulations, Molly, and good luck at Villanova this fall. We can miss you. The ACL nominates a player from each team to win a sportsmanship award, and ours was a unanimous decision for senior Delaney Agnes from Monomoy. Delaney is the epitome of a team player. She is devoted to her teammates, coaches, and the game of hockey itself. Her effort was never short of 100%, and she was always willing to do whatever it took to bring our team to the next level. With that being said, it was also an easy decision for Delaney to receive the Coaches Award. Delaney really is the type of player you wish you could clone and have a whole line of. We will miss your upbeat, competitive spirit, Delaney, and I'm so excited for all of the amazing opportunities you have ahead. Congratulations. And now we have the Varsity Club jacket presentation. So first we have junior Margaret Dixon. Junior Leanne Tender. And sophomore Sydney Nickerson. Lastly, Coach Smith and I would just like to thank the school for their support of our co-op and program, but especially John Matson and trainer Michael Pavlo for all they do to support all of the coaches and athletes here. We wouldn't be able to function without you guys. A big thank you to Bill Johnson for his epic photos and game day energy. It's always so fun with you on the bench. I would also like to thank our volunteer coach, Steve Hirschberger, who couldn't be here tonight, but he was a huge asset to our coaching staff, and we look forward to having him with us more in the future. I also can't thank Coach Smith enough as well for being so dedicated to this program and being such an incredible role model for strong female athletes. Congratulations to all of the student athletes here tonight. Your hard work and dedication to both your studies and athletics is admirable. Trust me when I say it goes by so fast, so enjoy every single moment. Thank you so much, and now I would like to introduce the head boys ice hockey coach, Sal Magnaro.
To start, I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Matson, John, who does a ton of work behind the scenes that not everybody sees. We all know it's there, and you do a great job at it. Thank you very much for the support of the program. For Michelle, as always, I mean, it seems like we dealt with every sickness and every injury from one scale to the next this year and every year, and it's always something new every day. And you do a wonderful job keeping us as healthy as we possibly can and keeping the boys as safe as you can. I appreciate it. And to my coaching staff, Coach Battolini couldn't be here tonight, Coach Silva, Drew Locke, and Connor Gasper. You know, I feel like I tell you guys enough, but just to make sure, you know, I get it out, I couldn't be happier and more proud of the group that we have. The unbelievable dedication and commitment that you guys make to this program. I can't thank you enough. You guys have seriously got to be one of the best high school hockey staffs a guy could ever hope for, so I appreciate it. I'm going to go through and introduce the team here. First, I'm going to start with our two team managers. They're both seniors, Emma Lang and Hema Patel. Our freshmen, JJ Aldred, Noah Clark, Hunter Coughlin, Ocean Fancy, August Han, and Camden Viprino. Our sophomores, Clayton Hussey and Ethan Keeney. And our juniors, Liam Wallace, Ryan Redahan, Nick Silva, CJ Still, and JT Tulloch. Before I introduce the seniors, I just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of background on this group. They're very special to me, and I know to the other coaches. This is my 5th year. This is the first class that I've had all 4 years. To see them coming in here as real skinny, wide-eyed freshmen, and then to see them, moving on and graduating, growing into the great young men that they've become, it's tough for us to see them go. But it was a heck of a ride to have you here, and we just appreciate everything you did for the program. One thing I want to point out is, they came in here 4 seasons ago and took over pretty much the locker room. The 4 seasons prior to that, the Nauset hockey team was 15, 60, and 5. And this group of seniors, in their 4 years, have compiled a 44, 33, and 9 record with 3 straight state tournament berths. And I think that's a huge accomplishment. Starting with our seniors with Gabe Cloro. He's home sick tonight. Tyler Hoffman. John Purcell. Gordon Winkler. Ben Winslow. Shane Silva. Chase Holm. Cam Hall. And Myron Ball. So a quick, season recap overall. I thought we had a very solid season. I thought we really got what we asked for, and that was a very competitive, hard schedule against some really good teams. We knew we were senior heavy and going to be a fairly strong team, and we scheduled accordingly. We fought through some injury, we fought through some sickness, we fought through, a week or 2 here and there, or maybe some lackluster play, but that's to be expected in a long hockey season. Dealing with, young men. But they pushed through, and, we started the season and coming out of the gates that were, 3 and 5, and kind of wondering where the season was going to take us, and the boys had a choice to make. They could either let the season slip away, or they could make a stand. And I think that's where our senior leadership and our older group really just took over. And we went into Sandwich, and we had a must-win game, and we beat them in their own building 5-0. And there wasn't a question in the building that we had turned a corner. After that, we ended up going on, a 5-3-1 stretch. We had a huge win over Barnstable, and we were able to punch our ticket back into the state tournament, which I thought was just a great testament to the boys in the locker room. They were not going to be denied. They were not going to make any excuses, and they were going to make sure that they had a chance to play in the postseason, which they did. So it was a wonderful job. For our awards, I'm going to start with first team all ACL selections. Chase Holm. Cam Hall. Miles Waller. And Shane Silva. One thing I'd like to point out about that ACL, we're in the league with Division I hockey powerhouses, Marshfield. They're a Super 8 team this year. For those of you that don't know, that's a tournament for the top 8 hockey teams in the state. So we get the joy of playing them twice a year in the ACL. And we're in a tough league with Falmouth, and Sandwich is always tough. And what struck me most about those awards were that when I sat down with the coaches to start to plead our case, there was no pleading needed to be done. They were first team unanimous selections. Every other coach was 100% on board, and it's probably the easiest meeting I've had in regards to the ACL. But when you're dealing with all those good teams, there's a lot of good players out there, and there wasn't a question for these players. So I think that's a testament to how in the hockey world, there's a Connecticut Mass Border Challenge All-Star game. And last year we had one player represent us, and this year we were lucky enough to have two, and I just wanted to point out real quick, March 31st in West Haven, Connecticut, Kim Hall and Miles Walder will be representing us. Our 2018 Varsity ACL Sportsmanship Award, he's homesick tonight. I don't think anybody would question this award. Nick Gadoli. I don't believe Josh is here, but Josh won the JD ACL Sportsmanship Award as well, so congratulations. Varsity Coaches Award. I mean, these next couple of awards were real tough for the coaches. We went back and forth, but when you have such a big group of seniors and such an important group of players, it's really tough to narrow it down and start giving out individual awards. With that being said, you know, this award, you know, I personally think went to a young man that has just improved tenfold since his freshman year. He came in here, a tall, skinny kid who's kind of tripping all over himself out on the ice, and he just worked so hard every single day to make himself into the player he turned out to be his senior year. He played just as much as anybody else the last 2 years, if not more. He carries himself unbelievably respectful off the ice, and I couldn't be prouder to give this to senior Johnny Purcell. Okay, the MVP award, you know, I mean, again, as I mentioned above, it's not an easy decision. There's some serious thought. This year, we decided to go with co-MVPs. They're going to go to Miles Waller and Chase Holm. Our varsity jackets award winners this year are Tyler Hoffman, Liam Wallace, Johnny Purcell.
Good evening. First, I'd like to introduce the members of the team. First, we'll start with the 9th graders. Our managers, Jane Francis and Taurus Green. Please hold your applause until the end, please. Also, we have freshman Callie Griffin. Then we're going to go to our sophomores. We have Avery Burns, Stephanie Gold, Sydney Griffin, Michaela Hutchison, Corinne Moreski, Ashley Ross, Paisley and Ashley Ross. Then we're going to go to our juniors. We have Paisley Gavin, Sonny Green, Skylar Sanderson. And then we're going to go to our senior captains, Francesca Ganella and Reagan Meehan. A quick recap on the season. This is my first year coaching here at Nauset High, and just like I said, if people read the reports, it was a dream job and it was very privileged. I feel very privileged to coach here. As the season went on, the team got better and better and started to learn the philosophies of my coaching. Some of the highlights of the season was beating Falmouth in overtime here at home, beat Barnstable twice, one on senior night, and beating a real tough St. Mary's team, and also qualifying for the state tournament. All right, we're going to go right into some awards. Let's go into Team All-Stars, first Team All-Stars. We're going to go Francesca Ganella. Reagan Meehan. And Skylar Sanderson. Okay, now we're going to go to second team All-League, Ashley Ross. All right, we're going to get right into some individual awards. Like many coaches, I don't like to give individual awards because it's a team sport, and I don't like to single out one or two players, but that's something that's asked for me to do, so I guess I have to do it. First, we're going to announce our Sportsmanship Award. This young lady, every practice gives everything she has. She pushes everybody on the court. She pushes herself almost to the point where she's visiting Michelle almost every other day. Our Sportsmanship Award is going to Paisley Gavin. And our JV Sportsmanship Award is going to Sydney Griffin. She's not here today. I think she's in Florida on vacation. So we have to accept that award for her. Then we're going to go to some more individual awards. This is one of the toughest awards to give because it's one of those awards where the coach has to kind of pick one player and say who the coach's player is. Which is very tough to do. But being a new coach here, I had to go with the play that made me feel at home every time I went to practice. Every game, every time I walked in the gym, the first thing I heard was Ola, Ola. That's what she says to me every time she sees me. And she points out that I'm a lot shorter than her, every time. So my coach's award goes to Corinne Melissa. Okay, now here's the big one, the team MVP. The coaches, we sat probably 2 seconds on this one. It was obvious who our MVP was. This young lady gave us everything all season. Even if we call a play that doesn't work, she finds a way to make it work. We struggle to score, she finds a way to score. If for some reason in practice it's kind of dead, she finds a way to liven it up. Our MVP and the heart and soul of our team this year, senior captain, Reagan Mead. And now we want to present the varsity club jackets. First one's going to Paisley Gavin. Next one is Sunny Green. Then we have Michaela Hutchison. And then we have Skylar Sands. Now with closing remarks, again, I can't state it enough. It's a privilege coaching here at Nauset. It's a privilege coaching these young ladies and trying to push them to the limits. I would like to thank John Matson for hiring me and supporting me and doing everything he could to help me through this year. I would love to thank Michelle because every time somebody gets ill or falls, I run right to her office. Get out there and help us out, so we won't forget Michelle. I want to thank my coaches, my assistant coaches. We got Ryan Rowe and Billy Stanley. And I know we talk about the plays and stuff, but our managers do a lot for us. So I want to give a second applause for our managers, Jay Francis and Charles Green. And all I can say is we did have a good season, Nobody wants to finish the season early, but, you know, we didn't go as far as we wanted to, but we still had a great season, and hopefully next year we work a little harder and get a lot farther. So again, I feel very privileged to be coaching here, and hopefully next year we'll play a lot better, but we had a great season. So, at this point, I want to announce the head coach for the boys team, John McCarthy.
Freshman Caleb Daniels. Sophomore, Will Campbell. Sophomore, Isaiah Puffer, not here tonight. Juniors, Henry Blanchard, Kobe Gray, Bobby Joy, Johnny McCarthy, Liam O'Hara, Miles Perry. Seniors, Will Fisher, Spencer Jones, and Abdel Talabi. The 2018-19 Nauset Warriors boys basketball team will be remembered as a hard-working group of boys that could play with talented teams on our best night. This season, we finished 10-10 overall. We lost in the South Sectional preliminary round on the road against Milton High School. We have now made the state tournament for 5 straight years. Looking back at our season, we were inconsistent. Our boys had our best wins early in the season when we swept Division III #1 seed Wareham in 2 games. Our team enjoyed many moments together. Our numerous team dinners helped create solid team chemistry. This team's focus, effort, and enthusiasm throughout the season was much appreciated. Separate from the team accomplishments, we had some really special moments. Bobby Joy led the team from the point guard position, and on most nights led the team in scoring and assists. Abdel Talabi dominating some early games with defense and playmaking. Spencer Jones, willingness to do whatever necessary for the team to win. To our juniors, Henry Blanchard, Johnny McCarthy, and Liam O'Hara jumping into more advanced roles on the team. We are continuing to build the culture of this program at every age level. We continue to appreciate the support of the students, faculty, staff, and fans of Nauset who supported us through the year. At this time, I'd like to announce our first team All-League ACL All-Stars, Bobby Joy and Spencer Jones. Our ACL Sportsmanship Award winner for the varsity team, Spencer Jones. Our JV Sportsmanship Award winner, Joey for Joey. This year's Coaches Award, as many coaches have stated, it's difficult to choose one, but for us, in my mind, it was clearly Spencer Jones. Spencer is the recipient of this year's Coaches Award. This young man is the example of commitment and hard work. Spencer has had ups and downs during his competitive high school experience, but what Spencer did this year was amazing. He committed himself to being the best leader, teammate, and basketball player he could be. He would outwork everyone on the court. Every day he was preparing his teammates for battle. He is the example of what hard work can produce. He made himself into an all-star player this year. He carried us for many games. Everyone on this team completely love and believe in him on and off the court. He's similar to last year's winner, Jeremy Poinott. He is a perfect example of this award. Our MVP award, Bobby Joy. Bobby is the recipient of this year's MVP award. He continued to dominate many aspects of the game for us this season. This year, Bobby came close to being a 1,000-point scorer. I think, based on talking to him last night, 856 points. He's only a junior, and he'll be an absolute force for us next year. Scoring is not all he does. His playmaking and knack for some weak side rebounding keep us in most games. His all-around game over the last few years has been so much fun to watch. We are so lucky to have him for one more season. He's a very special player. We are proud to announce this year's MVP award to Bobby Joy. We have some jackets. 2 varsity club jackets. Will Campbell and Johnny McCarthy. In conclusion, we'd like to thank the Nauset Sports Booster Club for your support and hard work throughout the year. We thank you for everything you do for our athletic programs. We'd like to thank our AD, John Matson. A couple of people have already mentioned everything that he's done. I've been here for a while now. I've been here the whole time that he's been an AD, and I've seen the stuff that he has to deal with on a day-to-day basis, not just during the basketball season. And it's a very difficult job, and he handles it tremendously. So I agree with some other people that were up here. John Matson is very important to what happens here. I'd like to thank Principal Sasser for his support. I'd like to thank Michelle Pavlou for everything you do. Similar to John Matson, Michelle Pavlou on a day-to-day basis, as all coaches here and kids know, she does an amazing job for all of us and all the kids, and keeps everybody healthy and points us in the right direction all the time. And finally, to the parents of the Nauset community, I want to thank you for all your continued support. It's with the way that society is going now and all the different things that pulls everybody in different directions. I think high school sports and being part of a team and all of everything that happens, it is still a very special thing, and I hope that as society continues to go, that people don't forget how important it is to be a part of a team and to be a part of this.
Okay, I'm only allowed 9 minutes, and I have 90 athletes to talk about, so let me see if I can do this. Can I introduce the team? Girls, please step forward so they know who you are and say your names. And I couldn't take attendance for 90 kids, so I don't know how many of you. Okay, Gianna Alhacham and 9th graders. Calandra Anderson, Caitlin Farrell, Chase Fleming, Rose Freeman, step forward you guys. Alyssa Hull, Molly Keegans, I know could not be here, she's at soccer. Lillian Pooler. Keem Shea, 10th graders now. Keem Shea Blake, Rachel Bryant, Sophie Christopher, Michaela Galazzi, Jada Gentles, Camille Liska, Monique Malcolm, Frida Mamo, Isabel Nobley, Abigail Quanstrom. 11th graders, Raina Dici, Holiday Bukar, Mia Caldwell, Abby Farrell, Madeline Fleming, Hannah Gale, Lily Manganero, Shana McCarthy, Kara Moore, Rebecca Pranger, Evie Rose, Isabella White. 12th graders, Claire Connolly, Captain Mackenzie Edwards, Manager Taylor Fleming, Captain Riley Fry, Allison Taylor, and Haley Wilcox. Let's give them a hand. Okay, first I'd like to say congratulations to all the winter sports teams on your great seasons. I believe every team either made it to playoffs or had individuals to qualify for the next level. And we all together represent Nauset very, very well. So congratulations to all you guys and your coaches that brought you to these places. And yes, all of you deserve awards, but we can only give them to a few. But just know that we notice all of you in what you do and really appreciate you being part of our teams. First, I just want to give thank yous. John Matson for putting together tonight and everything else. As has been said, it's a very stressful job John has. And not all the coaches, me being one of them, is always on time with things. And he gently reminds and smiles, Maura, you gotta get this in. So John, thank you for being so patient. For Audrey Bohannon and the Booster Club for coordinating and producing all the awards and jackets. It's just huge. I mean, hundreds of kids and a few people that do it, so thank you so much for the gifts you give these kids. The buildings and grounds crew that never really gets thanks, but they literally get the dirty work. The winter is the worst because we drag all the dirt and the snow in. We're messy, God love you wrestlers, but you guys stink. And they really No, but they do a great job to make it safe and clean for us, so thank you to the buildings and grounds. Michelle, it's going to be said over and over, but you're amazing. Your ability to handle kids and to read if they're hurt, if they're not, what's going on, and send them on the way if they're ready. Really, we are so very, very fortunate to have Michelle, and I just thank you. It's being a mom and a teacher and the best doctor we can have. So we're very, very lucky. That's what keeps Nauset so strong. When I was asked, did I want to do this job again, and I learned that there were 90 kids. I was hoping for 100, but we got 90. I had to talk to John and I talked to Elsasser because there was no way 1.5 of us, altogether it'd be 2, 1 coach and 2 part-time, could handle that many kids. Dr. Elsasser gave us another position, and it was great because the coaches that we had, we formed a bond, and it worked amazingly well. If they could stand up. First, Tom Brenneman, Laura Freeman, who volunteered her time the whole time, Rob Shadowski, and Eddie Wilcox. So I thank all of them. Now don't worry, I'm not going to do this for the boys team, so this part's longer, but then I'll flip right through the rest. The girls team had a great season. Both boys and girls had some serious injuries with point scores, but we had a lot of new girls come to the program, and they create a really solid team. It's hard to say with track and field, and I'm sorry none of you could come up to Boston to watch us every Monday for 7 hours, but believe me, that's what it was. And some kids would go, not know if they're going to race or not. These kids all dedicated themselves, whether they know that they're competing or not, they did it. It was an incredible, incredible job, and I can't say enough about how they kept it together the whole time. Now, I'm going to ask these people to step ahead, because one of the highlights for the girls, 5 school records were set. And please step forward. Sophie Christopher for the long jump. And she did that. She thought she was finished, and she went with her dad into Boston, the streets to get to their car. I cell phone called. It was like, the official made a mistake. He made it to the finals. She ran through traffic, came back, jumped, and set the school record. So that was pretty awesome. Newcomer to indoor track, Monique Malcolm, set a record in the 55 dash and the 300. Isabel Mobley in the 1,000 meter. She beat her sister. And then Rebecca Pranga, Kara Moore, Izzy, and Sophie, the girls 4x400. Now to tell you, these 6 girls just stayed that and Abby Farrell, please step forward. Izzy, Rebecca, Kara, Izzy, Sophie, and Monique. These 6 girls all qualified for the Division IV State Championship meet as individuals. When we went to that meet, which has 39 teams, we were like, okay, let's just try to get in the top 6 and qualify. It's for the All-State meet. Let's see if we can make it there. So Monique was the first one to go in the 55-meter dash. And, well, Monique just said, I'm going. She beat everybody. #1 in the state school record. And the other 5 girls are like, oh, okay, we got some points as a team. So then Izzy steps up. She was ranked, I think, Izzy had to do the 1,000. She was ranked like 12th or something. It's like, okay. Izzy raced a PR, set the school record, and came in 5th. More points coming. All right, Izzy. And Monique says, hold it. You can't get all the points. So Monique ran the 300 and won that outright. So, school record did that. So all of a sudden we look up and it's like, Nauset's #1 on the team. And we guys are only meet. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. So then Abby Farrell got up. She's like, well, there's no way. I'm not going to follow what these guys are doing. She was ranked 12th in the 2 mile. Abby got on that line. She came in 4th, set a PR, and gave us more points. So Abby Farrell. Last event of the meet, the girls 4x4. We were ranked 16th. We were in the slowest heat, and I told the girls, you just gotta run like hell. Or as Eddie said, sprint, don't run. Well, guess what? They all ran PRs, they sprinted, they set the school record, they came in 3rd overall. And as a result of what all the girls did, we were runner-up for the best team. We didn't know. And then they called us up, and the meet director, he's pretty serious. The 6 girls, Eddie and I, went into the center, and he said, "Oh, where's the rest of the team?" And I said, "This is it." He goes, "You've got to be kidding me. 6 girls, second by only 2 points in the state." So that was pretty impressive. Okay, now to the awards. Let's see. Okay, first team all lead. Step forward, come get it. Abigail Farrell. Monique Malcolm. And Isabel Nobley. Again, like hockey, this is cutthroat. We're at a standstill, the coaches. No one wants to budge. My girl's better than your girl's better than, it's like, it's incredible. I think we all should have been on varsity, but. Second team, Sophie Christopher. Karen Moore. And Rebecca Pranga. Okay, sportsmanship. Varsity, Taylor Fleming. This girl, when she started, it was very difficult because she immediately, first practice, had breathing problems. She had a lot of medical problems, but she did not want to leave the team. And nothing is harder than not being able to compete and watch all your friends, she's been up for 4 years, compete. Taylor decided to manage. She was so helpful to me. Every single practice, she'd just sit and watch. Moira, what can I do? How can I help? Every meet, Moira, what do you need? I'll do. Taylor, this gets me tearful because it really meant a lot for me, how much you helped me and the team. So, Taylor Fleming. And JV, sportsmanship, Alyssa Hall. Addie Lowe put others before herself. Coach's Award, I'm repeating everybody. A lot of girls deserve this. But this one girl, from day one, I had told her, slow down, not so far, it's okay, just go and go, how can I get better, she knew more than I knew about the teams, the athletes, but she was really running from the heart. She really, really wanted to do well, not just for herself, but for the team. And she would compete. It's very, very difficult for distance people to do the mile and the 2 mile every single meet. She kept doing it, and I finally said to Abby, if you want to do well further on, I gotta stop you having to do this much. She said, okay, I'll stop. PR'd every single race, better and better and better, and really got the kids motivated. So, Coach's Award this year goes to Abigail Farrell. MVP is really not difficult. she's new to the school. She's new to the whole area. And so for her to come on not knowing anybody, I put her in the 55, the first race, and she just took off like, well, I guess she's a sprinter. So then I put her in the 300. She had never run indoors before. After she ran the race, she actually broke the record her first race. She won, but she passed out on the floor, and I'm not kidding, I thought I would have to take her to the hospital. It was pretty scary. She'd never been used to that kind of air. I was like, I don't know if I should race her up again. Turns out, she broke the school record in 300 and state champion, and it's 2 banners from all she did. Monique is a great example for all the boys and the girls. She does her thing, she just goes and she works hard. So Monique, congratulations on the most valuable girl. She also made it all the way to New England, which is quite impressive. Okay, then that's the girls' team. And, oh, no, I'm sorry. Jackets, varsity jackets. Kima Shea Blake, Sophie Christopher, and Mackenzie Edwards. Okay, ladies, say the kids' names, 9th grade to 12th grade. 9th grade, Benjamin Callison, Madeline Carlson, Zach Drulard, Anders Grimm, Tucker Jones, Jack Kipperman, Will Mulholland, Ashton Nichols, Leonardo Paravasini, Jeremiah Pranga, Aiden Rhodes, James Rose, Thomas Watson. 10th grade, Chase Camo, Anthony Lavati, Arthur O'Neill, Gage Pond, Richard Ramsey, Finn Riley, Jacob Travers, Kellen Warren, Chase Wiley, Dominic Agrela, Christian Boggett, Ronald Edwards, sorry, Shavar Champagne, Aiden Dill, Ben Ellis, Tyler Hutchinson, Jack Judd, James Lord, Kieran Norton, Jack Paravasini. 12th grade, Logan Benz, Tobin Brown, Captain Matt Cahill, Caleb Caldwell, Max Christopher, Noah Zedzina, Nolan Eller, Captain, Tyrese Ferguson, Robert Freeman, Captain, Ben Garside, Brendan Hamady, Curtis Moore, Jake Pearl, Captain, John Pointius, and Jacob Pooler. We had 50 boys, many who were newcomers and had never done indoor track before. It was pretty neat to have some basketball, soccer, and baseball players on our team, realizing that, wow, this is really a hard sport. They bonded very well together, and as a team, we're very successful, losing only to Marshfield. Like hockey, they're domineering. They've got 100 boys on their team. But this boys' team, their hard work and commitment earned them the ACL Team Sportsmanship Award, which you've never gotten before. So congratulations. Boys' team also broke a bunch of records, 4 records to be exact. If you'd step forward so we can see who you are. The 4x400 relay team of Christian Oggett, Max Christopher, Nolan Illard, and Jake Pearl. Sprint medley relay, Tobin Brown, Christian Oggett, Bobby Freeman, and Jake Pearl. Richard Ramsey set the school record for the long jump. Richard. Matt Cahill set 2 records in the 55-meter hurdles, and in the high jump, he jumped 6'7". And I've got to tell you, that meet, it was a dual meet. You got hundreds of athletes, everyone were milling around. So towards the end of the meet, people are packing up to go home. And everyone's kind of looking at the infield like, there's a dude still jumping there. And everyone's like kind of stopped. And it was right where our team was. It was so exciting. Mac jumped, was 6'6", and everyone's like, whoa! And Matt was real psyched. And then he went up and jumped 6'7", and it was incredible. Everyone went crazy. We were silent, and then everyone went crazy. It was just the the most beautiful thing. You'll see, we'll talk about it a little bit more, but it was the most beautiful thing to see such a great athlete and a great person be honored by a ton of people who didn't know him. So Matt got that record. It was great. And Amanda. See one of you for all states. Okay. Now on to awards. Boys. Okay. First team all-league. Matt Cahill. Jacob Pearl. And Richard Ramsey. Second team, Tobin Brown. Okay, sportsmanship. Varsity, John Pontius. John was one of those, sometimes I needed him, sometimes I didn't, sometimes I'd push him here or there. He would do anything. And every single day after practice, shake my hand, thank you very much, Coach. He was honored by everyone. I really enjoyed having John on the team. But he's gonna do baseball. I tried. Okay, and JV, Ashton Nichols. Every day, even when you didn't have to come to practice, Ashton would come harder time. It was incredible. Now for MVP and Coach's Award, I'd like Tom Brenneman, who is a coach of 40 years and really knows the sport and has coached these two individuals pretty much on his own. I'd like him to introduce you to MVP and coaches.
I don't understand why everybody's mentioned how long I've been coaching. It should be obvious as soon as I stand up here. The Coaches Award is for, I think, one of the most versatile athletes on our team. A great young man. He had one of the tougher assignments in having to run the 300, which saps the energy out of your legs, and coming back and high jumping just maybe 3 or 4 minutes later. Bobby Freeman. I think it's probably one of the easiest awards among the coaching staff to pick. It was off, he dominated the league really in the hurdles and high jump. At the league meet, he won the hurdles by well over a second, which is unbelievable in the hurdles. Set school records both the high jump and hurdles. Won place in Division 4, won the Division 4 high jump and placed in the hurdles. Both great performances. And I think one thing that speaks to the character of him. Remember at the Division 4 meet, there was 25 kid high jumpers. That means there's 25 tick marks on the floor. Only one young man came back and picked his up, and that was after winning the event, and after all the excitement of winning, he's the one guy that came back and picked it up. I think that says an awful lot about Matthew Cahill.
Okay, I went over. So up next, thank you all for coming, and up next is Justin Bohannon. Forgot the varsity jackets. One more time. Okay, varsity jackets. Christian Ogden. Logan Benz. Aiden Dill. Noah Tizina. Tyrese Ferguson. And Tyler Hutchinson. Okay.
Before we move to the next team, I just want to take this opportunity to recognize Coach. Coach Nobley was just selected as the 2019 MSTCA Indoor Track Coach of the Year. Congratulations.
We don't have quite at 90, but there were 30 girls on the team this year, which is the biggest girls team we've ever had. Thanks in part to an 8th grade waiver we got this year. So I'm going to start introducing my team with the 8th graders. Caitlin Bohannon. Okay, please hold your applause to the end so we can get through all of these. Leanna Kiska. Emily Plansky. Alyssa Silva. Freshman, Abby Bishop. Alexia Colella. Alex Lilly. Frankie Lilly. Sophia McManus. Bryn Morris. Mia Rubenstein. Sophomores, Katie Kroll, Emma Pike Stein, Tika Rank, and Delaney Smith. Juniors, Isabella Al-Hashim, Abby Riccardi, and Hallie Rudman. And seniors, Hannah Burnell, Captain, Captain Gabby Dodoli, Captain Sarah Foley, Kate Gainey, Captain Emily Miller, Amy Poyant, Quina Rank, Captain Molly Rudman, Anna Terenzi, and Caroline Townsend. So for both our boys and girls this season, this was a season of perseverance. Due to some warm water issues, we started our season having to go to the Y in Barnstable from 8 to 9 at night to practice. And these guys just didn't waver. They showed up when they were told, where they were told, and worked hard. We got into our pool about a week and a half in the season and quickly had our first meet. We placed 3rd in the Bay Colony Relay Carnival. We then had a big win over Barnstable, which was big for us. They beat us last year. We took 3rd in the Cape Cod Classic, which is all of the Cape schools, which was led by a win in diving by Delaney Smith. We started off the season 4-0, and then ran into Bridgewater, Raynham, and Nantucket. We both finished in the top 4 in the South Sectional, and those were our only 2 losses of the season. So these girls did incredible. We finished 4th in the Bay Colony Conference Championships, again behind a diving victory by Delaney Smith. We had 4 athletes qualify individually for this sectional meet, and that was 8th grader Caitlin Bohannon, sophomore Delaney Smith, and seniors Molly Rudman and Gabby Dodoli. Joining them to swim relays were freshman Alexia Colella, sophomore Katie Kroll, and senior Hannah Burnell. Our highlights at the sectional meet were Delaney finishing 7th in diving, and all 3 of our relays qualified for states, which last year all 3 missed by about 1/4 of a second, so it was nice that this year all 3 of them qualified and moved on to states. So those same 7 girls went on to participate in states in all 3 relays. Delaney, Gabby, and Molly also competed individually at states. Our Bay Colony Conference All-Stars are Caitlin Bohannon, Molly Rudman, Delaney Smith, and Gabby Dodoli. And our Sportsmanship Award goes to Hannah Burnell.
minutes early or late. And I know as a coach, we appreciate the people who not only get there on time, but get there early and do the things that aren't asked of them. And we had one swimmer this year who was always the first one on the pool deck before Leanna and I even made it there. And that sometimes meant at about 6:10 in the morning, she was on the pool deck. She got the pool set up for practice before anyone else even got there. And that's just a great example to set for the younger swimmers. And Leanna and I wanted to make sure that that didn't go unnoticed. So our Coaches Award goes to Amy Point. Our team MVP goes to a swimmer who, over the course of 4 years, has swum pretty much every event for us. She's qualified for sectionals in 4 of them over the years, in the 200 free, the 100 fly, the 100 free, and the 100 backstroke. She's always one of the hardest workers in practice, never complains about anything, never complains about what we have her swimming in. Started the season with a back injury, and we had to, she wouldn't complain about it, and we had to tell her, it's okay, we're gonna pull you out. We don't need you to hurt yourself here. She even swam 3 different legs in our medley relay, so that's 3 different strokes, which just shows her versatility. So our team MVP this year is Gabby Dodoli. We have 2 varsity jackets. That is Tika Rank and Abby Riccardi. So again, I just want to thank these girls for, dealing with the pool issues and, not complaining about having them. Some of them were driving from North Truro up to Barnstable at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. Some of them were driving from Barnstable to Barnstable and liked being up there. But some of them, it was a much bigger drive than they were expecting, and they just did it. Wasn't complaining. It was a lot of hard work, and we're very proud of them. So thank you, girls. At this point, I'd like to ask the boys to come up on stage. We had 2 8th graders, Tim Johnson and Jack Montgomery. Our freshmen were Ethan Caloro, Tristan Miller, Will Small, and John Zooks. Sophomore Lucian Sizer. Juniors Brady Alden, Dory Carlson, Todd Decker, and Charlie Van Vleck. And senior captain Tanner Cornell. So like the girls, the boys had to deal with the pool and driving to Barnstable, and what then happened at the end of the season was there were more warm water issues, and we had to go to Sandwich for practice to end our season. So we kind of started and ended with a lot of driving. But the boys had a really strong season. They were 5-3 overall. They also won their first 4 meets. Lost a close one to Bridgewater Raynham, mainly due to them having a diver and us not. We lost to Nantucket, who was the eventual cell sectional champions. And then again lost to Sandwich, where we won 8 of the 12 events. And just didn't have the depth to stay ahead of them and overcome, again, the diving deficit. But they finished 2nd in the Cape Cod Classic, 4th in the Bay Colony Conference Championships. We had 1 individual qualifier for sectionals and states, and that was 8th grader Tim Johnson. We had 4 swimmers join him into swim relays, and that was freshman John Zooks, juniors Brady Alden and Dory Carlson, and senior Tanner Cornell. had 3 Bay Colony All-Stars. With swimming, we do our All-Stars a little different, where there's just kind of a lot of cut and dry. If you finish at this place at our league meet, or if you qualify for sectionals, that's kind of where we start. And then there's a little bit of discussion at the end. 2 swimmers that made it by those qualifications were Dory Carlson, Dory and Tim Johnson. And then the third one, and I'll talk a little more about him in a little bit, but he was the one that I had to, kind of present to the league, and there wasn't even a question from any of the other coaches, and that speaks to what he's done over the last 4 years and how he's handled himself, and the impression he's made on the other coaches, and that's Tanner Cornell. Our sportsmanship award goes to John Zooks. I think a couple other attributes that coaches look for in athletes on any team is enthusiasm and a selfless attitude. And we had one swimmer who had swum when he was younger, took some time away from the pool, came back last year when we got our 8th grade waiver for the boys, and had such a good time that he started swimming again for a club team afterwards. He swam all spring, all summer, all fall, and really improved coming into this season. And I think he likes the sprinting events, but unfortunately, as kind of a well-rounded swimmer and with a small team, we had to have him swim a lot of different events this year, a lot of the tougher events, because we knew he could do them. So we ended up swimming the 200 IM a lot, he swam the 100 butterfly a lot, he swam the 500 a lot, and didn't get to always swim the events that he would have really liked, but he did it with a smile, he did it with all of his effort. And then at the end of the season, we always kind of bring an alternate for relays, because you never know what will happen in the winter with ice and sickness, and so we make sure we have an extra swimmer. So when we told him that he was going to be our alternate, his face just lit up. He was so excited, and he wanted to do whatever he could to help the team. So when we went to States, we had a nice 2-hour drive to Boston for a 7:30 at night meet, and he made all of the other boys sandwiches to eat on the way up there. So our coach's award goes to Tristan Miller. Our MVP is a swimmer who really took on a leadership role this year. We lost a lot of seniors and a lot of really good swimmers from last year's team. He really came in and was a leader right from the start. He did whatever the team asked him to do, even if it wasn't his favorite event. That sandwich meet, when we knew it was going to be close and we knew we kind of had to win every event we could, we asked him to swim the 200 IM because we knew he was the only one on the team that could win that race. And then just a few minutes later, he had to come back and swim the 100 butterfly and won that as well. And that just kind of shows the sacrifice that he would make for this team. He ended up being on all 3 relays at sectionals and states and was really a key member to them. Our team MVP this year is senior captain Tanner Cornell. We have 2 varsity jacket winners, Dory Carlson and Charlie Van Vleck. Before we leave, I just want to first thank John Matson. We were faced first day of the season with not knowing where we were going to swim. He did a lot of work to work out an agreement with the Y and get us some cool time. He was always helping us out with whatever we needed, got us new lap counters this year. So thank you very much, John. I want to thank my mother, Audrey, and Mary Gainey, who were our scorekeepers for every meet this year. I wanted to thank all of the parents who came in time at meets this year. I was going to name them all. A lot of people did, and we would take them on. Thank you to everyone who came to times. And just thank you to the boys. You know, like we said with the girls, you guys just did whatever we asked you to, showed up where we asked you to, when we asked you to, and worked hard. And for a team of 12 boys, which about half of them had never swum before, you guys did great this season, so thank you very much.